Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name's Abby. I upload one video every single week on a Friday. My channel is makeup and beauty based, so if you're not subscribed and you are new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and also make sure you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button to get notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, then hi guys and welcome back. So today I've got, as you can see by the title of this video, I am filming my Jeffree Star Androgyny palette review, swatches and tutorial video. So as you can see, I have the palette on my eyes right now. I've just filmed this little mini eye tutorial for you guys, and let's just give you a little hint that I am obsessed. So I recently purchased this palette. I got mine from Beauty Bay. As I do live in the UK, I find it easier just to shop on UK sites, so I got mine from Beauty Bay. I will be linking where you can get the palette in the description box down below, but you can also get it on Jeffree Star's website. So this palette retails for £40 and you get 10 different colours inside. So I wasn't actually planning on ordering this palette because when I first saw it, I liked the look of it, but I wasn't kind of like, I need this palette right now in my life. But when I saw it came in stock on Beauty Bay and I saw the colours again, I was just like, do you know what, for £40 for 10 different shadows, do you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I've never tried any of Jeffree Star's eyeshadow formulas. I know he recently came out with, before this one, was the Beauty Killer palette, and I wasn't a fan of the colours in that personally. I prefer the colours in the Androgyny palette, and personally I just think these colours suit me a lot better, and these are the colours which I think I'd be kind of more inclined to use on a daily basis. So like I said before, this retails for £40 and you get 10 different shades inside. Now when this first arrived in the post, by the way, Beauty Bay does amazing shipping. Like this came, I ordered it about 7 o'clock in the evening and it came like early in the morning the following day. Like it is insane, their shipping is incredible. And also it's free shipping as well, so it can't beat that with a stick. So like I say, you get 10 different colours inside. And the pan size of these palettes are huge. Like they are literally massive. I have never seen such large eyeshadow pans. So it says here on the front you get 10 times 2.52 grams in each individual shadow. So because this palette is only £40, it works out that each individual shadow here you're only paying about £4 each, which is incredible. I think the price of this palette is really good. Personally I thought it would be a little bit more than that, around like the £50–55 mark, and I have absolutely no palette like this in my collection. I have no shades like this at all in my collection. I love the shade variety. These colours here are the ones that I used on my eyes today to create this really kind of blown out, smoky, kind of bluey teal look, and literally I was so obsessed with the way that this look turned out. And I love the fact that these palettes from Jeffree Star, they're not kind of like your everyday neutral colours. You get kind of like your transition colours and your kind of dark brown and also your kind of highlight colour, but also you get some really unique colours in this palette, and this is what made me purchase the palette. Like I said, I have no colours like this in my collection, and it's really nice to kind of, it's a little bit kind of refreshing to have like all these different colours. And as soon as I opened up this palette, like me and Rachel were filming actually last week when it arrived, and we both were just staring at it for ages because I was just kind of, my head was just like ticking over of all the different looks that I could create with this palette. It just really made me feel like really kind of creative when I was looking at it, and I love that. Let me just read off of his website what it says about this palette. So this is £40 in the UK on Beauty Bay, but it's $45 in the US, which is on Jeffree Star's website. The Androgyny palette is our version of a neutral palette, endless possibilities to create and explore. Experience our two finishes, super matte and metallic, 10 draw dripping shades, extra pigment. And it says this product is vegan and cruelty free. I love that. And yeah, so that's basically what it says about it on his website. So the palette is called the Androgyny palette. Now, if you are kind of like a fan of Jeffree's or you kind of know about his brand, he came out with a liquid lipstick quite a while ago now, which was called Androgyny, which is a really kind of neutral purpley taupey kind of colour, and I think that inspired this palette. And they actually have created a shade called Androgyny, which is this dark colour here, and that is basically the exact same colour as the liquid lip, so I think that's what kind of he based this palette around. Also, what I love about this palette is they have a lot of matte colours. So you've got the first one here, which is like a shimmer, and this one up here and fetish, but the rest of the colours are matte colours, which I absolutely love. I love matte finishes, and these mattes, as you will see by the swatches and also performing on my eyes, they are super buttery, smooth and soft. They are just so lovely, and I absolutely love the packaging of this palette as well. It's super thin, as you can see. It's not bulky at all in the slightest. It is quite a big palette, and I love the kind of hot pink colour. It's just so Jeffree, and I literally love it, how it's kind of really bright and pink and fun. Also, this palette comes with a really decent size mirror, as you can see there, and this mirror is actually really good quality. I know that sounds really strange, like this is a great quality mirror, but sometimes in palettes you can get like really flimsy kind of cheap mirrors which just don't work very well, but this mirror in this palette is super clear, and it's really good quality mirror, you can just tell. I love the fact of how good quality Jeffree's products are. I've never been let down by any of his cosmetics. If you aren't a fan of Jeffree, then don't be watching this video. I'm not reviewing him as a person, I'm reviewing his cosmetics. So yeah, I'm just going to talk you guys through all of the different colours and the finishes, and then we're going to go into the swatches. Okay, so this is the first colour in the palette. This is the colour which is called Frosting. This is a really nice kind of champagne-y gold colour, and swatching this colour, it is so pigmented, and it has a really nice sheen to it. This colour is the most kind of neutral colour in the palette, and it is the most neutral shimmery colour. So that is the colour Frosting. Also, I love the names of these shadows. I love how creative he is with all of the names. So this is the shade Safe Word, which is a matte neutral kind of brownie tone. This is the colour that I used in my crease. This is a really nice kind of transition shade. So I used this today and I was really impressed with the formula. This one is the most buttery and smooth out of all of them, I think, pigment wise. So that is the shade Safe Word. So the next colour in the palette is the shade Charm, which is this kind of neutral orangey brown. I absolutely love colours like this, these kind of really warm toned oranges. These kind of colours look beautiful into the crease. This appears to be a matte finish, but actually up close it has a very kind of subtle sparkle to it, and I absolutely love this colour. Moving on, we have the shade Deja Vu. It reminds me of the shade Flamethrower from Makeup Geek. I just want to show you how pigmented, so I've got nothing on my finger now, and this is just a really light swatch. Look at that pigmentation. It's the most gorgeous warm toned coppery reddish kind of shimmery brown. This colour is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to use this in a video. Next is the shade Dominatrix, which is this colour here. This shade is named after one of his liquid lipsticks, which is the shade Dominatrix. This is a matte, kind of more chocolatey, deep, fudgy toned brown. I absolutely love colours like this for deepening up the crease. This colour is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and again, that is a matte finish. The next colour is the shade Androgyny, which is the kind of like main focus of this palette, which is a kind of purpley, kind of taupey, kind of browny, pinky colour. This colour is quite hard to describe, but it is more on the kind of greyish purpley side. I love colours like this, and it's so gorgeous. And again, this is a matte finish. Next is the colour Fetish, which is this beautiful reddish burgundy colour. Now this colour is absolutely gorgeous. These are my kind of favourite colours of eyeshadow. This is so gorgeous and rich in pigment. Next is the shade Military, which is this colour right here. Now this is the colour that kind of sold the palette to me. This is a beautiful kind of army green colour with almost like a yellow base to it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and again, this is a matte colour. I am obsessed with this, and I've never seen an eyeshadow this colour before. I'm obsessed. Next is the shade Poison. This is a gorgeous kind of real rich kind of tealy toned bluey grey colour. So that's the colour there on my finger. This colour is gorgeous. I actually use this in the mini tutorial that I filmed today, and I am obsessed. Next is the shade Swallow. This is a gorgeous kind of rich deep navy blue. Again, this is a matte colour. Same goes for Poison. These two are matte colours. This colour is absolutely gorgeous, and it is more of that kind of classic navy blue. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is going to be the first time that I'm trying out the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette on my eyes. So I'm going to see how the colours blend onto my eyes and how the formula is. For today, obviously the colours which I'd normally gravitate towards would be these kind of red warm tones and these neutral browns. But I'm going to step out of my comfort zone today and go for something really different, and I'm going to go in with these kind of blue and teal colours. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the shade Safe Word, which is this colour right here. So this is a really kind of neutral, slightly more of a cool toned brown. This is going to be perfect for our transition shade, and I'm going to use this on my MAC 224 blending brush, which is my favourite blending brush. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that on my brush. And obviously this is a matte colour, so that's why I'm going to be popping it into the crease. So I'm keeping it kind of low but I'm then going to buff it up towards my brow. I am quite picky with eyeshadows and pigmentation. Some of my favourite shadows are definitely from Makeup Geek, Tarte and Anastasia Beverly Hills. Tend to be my favourite formula. This colour here, Safe Word, is performing really well. Okay, so I'm really happy with how that colour buffed out into my crease. It was really easy to apply and it blended out really nicely. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Charm, which is this colour right here. Now initially looking at this colour, I did think it was a matte colour, but actually looking up really closely, it's got very kind of tiny little kind of sparkles in it, but they're so super fine. I don't actually think it's going to pick up on the camera or actually on my eyes. So I'm going to go in with this colour here. Now this is quite a really kind of warm toned orange colour, so I'm going to use this just to warm up the crease. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of that. Very pigmented, as you can see. I dip my brush in there really lightly and I've got a nice amount of colour on my brush. And I'm going to pop that into the crease. So now I'm going to go in with this colour here, which is the shade Poison. Now this was one of the first colours that really intrigued me about this palette. It is a really gorgeous kind of tealy bluey green colour with a hint of kind of grey in it. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and again this is a matte shade. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to pack it all over my lid in a minute, but I am going to buff it into the crease as well. So for that I'm going to use a slightly smaller blending brush. This is one from MAC. This is a 217. So I'm going to pick up some of this colour here. As you can see, it's really pigmented on the brush. But I'm not going to take too much of this. I'm going to tap off a lot of the excess. Very gently, I'm going to pop this into the crease. So far, I'm really impressed with all of the colours that I've used on my eyes. Obviously, they were really pigmented swatches, and I was really impressed with those. But I don't normally judge a shadow until I actually put it on my eyes, because they tend to perform completely different. So now I'm going to go in and deepen up the crease with this shade here, which is the colour Swallow. So this is a kind of really deep dark navy blue, and I'm going to pop that into the outer part of the crease and buff it into my socket. I'm actually so impressed that I've buffed these kind of dark bright colours in my crease and I've got absolutely zero fallout underneath my eyes. That literally never happens when I use colours like this. I'm then just going to go back in with my MAC 224 brush and just blend out the edges of that shadow. So I'm now going to go back in with the shade Poison, which is the kind of like more tealy blue, and I'm going to buff this underneath my lower lash line using a synthetic flat definer brush. And I'm going to pick up a bit of that colour, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go in and apply this under my eyes. I'm now going to go in with my Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush, which is this little brush here, and I'm going to use it with the shade Swallow, which is the darker, more navy blue colour. So I'm just pressing the shade Swallow really close up against my lower lash line, just to deepen it up a little bit. I love how this palette is making me step out of my comfort zone and go in with different colours, which I would never normally kind of go for. It's kind of stepping me out of my bronzy neutral kind of comfort zone. I am now going to go in with the shade Dominatrix, which is this really dark brown, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with the same flat definer brush from Sigma, and I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to go in and buff that out. That colour is pigmented. I'm now going to go in and highlight the inner corners of my eyes, and for that I'm going to use the colour Frosting. I just want to see how this kind of shimmer colour performs, as we haven't gone in with all matte so far. So I'm going to use this on my Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this colour, and I'm going to pop this into the inner corners of my eyes. This is a really nice kind of neutral champagne-y gold colour, and I'm also going to pop a little bit of that actually onto my brow bone. I like how the gold on the brow bone ties in with the gold in the inner corner of the eye. But just a quick roundup, I am totally in love with this palette. I think it is so worth the money. For only £40 you get such a wide variety of colours, and I'm obsessed with how different this palette is. I have absolutely no palette like this in my collection. I'm obsessed with all of the kind of formula in this as well. The matte colours are so creamy and buttery. Same goes for the shimmer shades as well. These are just so rich in pigment, but they don't have much fallout. As you could see by the mini tutorial that I did, these are just insane. And if you are looking at getting this palette, I would highly recommend you getting this. It is just insane, and it's such a good palette to add to your collection if you are more of a neutral kind of girl and you want to kind of add a little bit of pops of colour in your collection without being anything too bright and in your face. These are kind of like really beautiful kind of subtle pops of colour, and yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this palette and I really recommend it to you guys. So yeah, I'll be sure to link where you can get the palette in the description box down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so I know you guys enjoyed it, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel if you are not already. It just really helps me out and I appreciate it so much. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Friday at 8 PM in my next video. Bye guys! Mwah.